So this morning we're going to do little medicine Buddha practice with some mantra. So let's just settle into our meditation posture. Somewhere my mala disappeared, so I can do without it. And just try and bring your mind to the same place your body is. And take a nice deep breath. And starting from the feet, just check you're comfortable, you're aligned, sits bones raised, hands in the meditation mudra. And, if it is more comfortable for you to have them just resting on your lap or in a different mudra other than the right hand nestled in the left, you can do that. Shoulders aligned with the hips, and then the head as much as you can in line with the shoulders. And the head, and just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light, stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And the head is very slightly tipped forward, eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And bring your awareness to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead, and the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth. Release any tension in the back of the head. Relax the ears, the inner ear, back of the tongue, and the jaw again. Go to the back of the neck and release any tension there. Allow your shoulders to drop down. Relax the middle of your back. And then just go down all the way to the base of the spine. We don't have much proprioception in our back, interestingly. So just imagine you're relaxing, and relax the throat and the chest and the belly, the limbs, hands, fingers and feet and toes. And then bring the mind back to the breath. Noticing the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. If there are any sounds in your environment, just allow them to be there. So our world hasn't quite woken up yet. Maybe where you are, it's already started. So try not to have the mind run off to investigate. And just be aware of the sounds around you, and then bring the mind back to the breath. And then notice what thoughts are arising and try and put some space in between them. Try not to judge. We just take a step back and just look, examine what's there. Usually we have this running commentary going on in the background. And then before we know what, something comes out of the mouth, we don't know where it came from. But we are in control of what's going on in our mind. We do have the power. We just have to be brave enough to go inside and have a look and see. And then when we are starting to see things, don't judge. Try not to have any opinions. Just allow the thoughts to arise, to abide, and to flow on, just like our river. We sit on the bank and we're free. So bring to mind all the people of your life. And there's the ones we really love, tremendously fond of, we worry about, we want to help. We have nice, happy, functional relationships with these people. And then there's those people in our life who we're a little bit uncomfortable with or who we want to keep away from. And then there's those people who are strangers. So remembering they can all change place at any time. And it's also really good to just remember they're like us, just like us. This is particularly for the ones we don't like and the ones who are strangers. Because the people that we love, it's really easy to know that they're like us and they wish to be happy and they wish to suffer. But the ones that we don't care about, the strangers, we have to remind ourselves what kind of a day that person might be having, and for the ones we don't like as well. And they all wish to be free from suffering, and they all have, believe it or not, they all equally have this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind. So we'll do this meditation this morning for the benefit of all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So bringing our mind back to the breath, we'll do our 9-round breathing. It's a really nice way to get in touch with this stillness. So again, and I'll be mirroring you. Start by breathing in through your right nostril, blissful, radiant white light. And you pause at the top of the breath, then breathe out through the left, all your attachment energy. And that leaves you as thick black yucky smoke and disappears into space. One atom left. Do that 3 times. Then breathing in through the left nostril, blissful, radiant white light. Pause at the top of the breath, and then breathe out through your right, all your anger energy and disappointments and grudges and bitterness and jealousy, depression. And that leaves you as thick black yucky smoke, and that disappears into space. So you don't breathe it back in. And then breathing in through both nostrils, blissful, radiant white light. Pause and then breathe out all your ignorance energy. This is not knowing the way things truly exist, not understanding karma, cause and effect. And you breathe that out. Also as thick black yucky smoke, and that disappears into space. So this is just an exercise to purify the airs and the channels in the body. So, in your own time, 3 sets of 3. And so, when you're finished, just bring your mind back to the breath. If you're not quite finished yet, that's okay. And just feel and just notice. Notice what's different, if anything. We're just trying to get in touch with our inner world, that stillness that is really the truth of who you actually are. And so bring to mind this blue Buddha, medicine Buddha. You can place him, imagine he's on the crown of your head, about 1 or 2 inches above the crown of your head, sitting on a moon disk, on an open lotus. He's sitting with his legs in the full Vajra posture, which is each leg resting, or each foot resting of the opposite thigh. And he's facing the same way as you. His body is made of light blue, like sapphire. Every aspect of this visualization is made of light and radiates light. And you can also imagine, just to make it a little bit more personal, this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And the medicine Buddha's hand rests on his right knee in the gesture of granting sublime realizations, holding the stem of an aurora plant between his thumb and first finger. So if you can imagine the back of his hand is resting on his knee, and the thumb and the first finger are touching. His left hand is in his lap, and this is in the meditation mudra, just the same as ours. And he's holding a sapphire bowl. Rinpoche recently changed it from lapis lazuli to sapphire, well, a few years ago. So you can imagine this bowl, blue bowl, maybe crystal light, filled with the nectar. And he's wearing the saffron robes of a monk and has all the signs and marks of a fully enlightened being. And his face is peaceful and smiling, and he's looking at you and all those people of your life, compassion and loving kindness. So really try just for a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, to imagine this sphere of blue light above the crown of your head. And if that detail is eluding you right now, don't worry. Just enough to know that you have the presence of this healing Buddha above the crown of your head. Just try and imagine that he has within him, he's holding all the healing, all the qualities, all the enlightened energy of all the beings in all the universes, because there's many. And I'll just say the Medicine Buddha prayer. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of Sapphire Light, I prostrate, go for refuge and make offerings. May your vow to benefit sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. So now imagine rays of white light flowing down from the heart and the body of the Medicine Buddha. And this light fills your body and purifies all diseases and afflictions. And the cause of these, your karma, and all of our delusions and our mental obscurations. And imagine that these all kind of leave your body in the form of thick black liquid, just of like engine oil. And your body becomes clean and clear as crystal. And you can imagine that all the beings in your life and all other beings around you, also the same thing happens to them. So perhaps if there is a person in your life who's not well, or who's suffering in some way, or who needs something, maybe a job or money, perhaps you can put that person next to you and imagine this is happening to them as well as we recite the mantra. Om Thaya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Raja Samangate So. Imagine the light from Medicine Buddha fills your body again, bringing all the realizations of the path to enlightenment and all the qualities of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And you can imagine the same thing happening to all those beings of your life and to all other sentient beings and to those people you're thinking of particularly. And perhaps we can also think of all those people stuck in the snow, stuck in airports, feeling unwell, sick with COVID. I forgot to mention them earlier. Bring them to mind. And imagine this purifying, healing, blessing light flowing into them as well. Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate So Tayata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Rajasamangate So. And imagine that you've really received all the blessings and the realizations of all the Buddhas. And imagine that Medicine Buddha melts into light and absorbs into your heart, and your mind becomes one with all the Buddhas, the enlightened minds of all the Buddhas, all the healing ones. And let your mind rest there in a state that is completely clear, peaceful and still, and free from its usual busy thoughts. And really understand that this stillness is your true nature. So let's just dedicate that maybe all the merit we've created, all the creative energy we have developed during this meditation, just dedicate it for the true health, well-being, mental health, physical health, and well-being of all those sentient beings we were thinking about, all the people who are right now having COVID and flu and or RSV or whatever it is. People stuck in snow, people in airports, and of course for ourselves, for yourselves, as we move along our spiritual path. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Stay warm if you're in a place that's cold. Thank you very much for joining. Lots of love, and I'll see some of you this evening. Okay, thank you for hosting, Michael. Thanks for letting me in.